Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shovi Bhattacharya. In this video, I'm gonna tell you about what a real paranormal activity is. Now look, most of the people don't even know about the paranormal activities. The word paranormal suggests things those are beyond normal, things we can't give any scientific explanations. Now before going to our topic paranormal activities, we have to know about what is hauntings. You guys have heard a lot about hauntings. Hauntings are of four types: residual hauntings, intelligent hauntings, poltergeist, and demonic hauntings. Now, in short, residual haunting is a repetition or is a playback of past events. Like someone is shouting, some spirits are doing some stuffs that they have done before that day, and those are the things. And what is an intelligent hauntings? Like if you see some paranormal activities or paranormal research on TV, televisions, or any other else in social media, you will see that someone is recording EVPs, someone is using spirit box. They are actually intelligent hauntings is an intelligent type of answers that spirits give us through those devices. Like if I ask him or her that how he had died, or is he or she present over right now with me, and those things answers like yes or no or get out or something else, that they are processing our words, processing our questions, and they are giving some answers to that questions. Those are intelligent type of hauntings. And poltergeist is some type of attacks or some type of doing some stuffs, like throwing a brick, like shutting down the windows, or some other things. And demonic hauntings is very dangerous, like satanic rituals, Ouija board, lampshades, or voodoo rituals. Those are stuff that can open a portal for those spirits, that they can come through in this world through that portal. Like if you open a door, there can be many spirits waiting to come in this world, but they can't come until you open a door. Evil spirit also come in this world through this portal. So beware of that. Now, leaving the topics of hauntings, I'm gonna tell you about some people's questions. Now the biggest question arises in everyone's mind, that why we can't see any ghosts, why it only captures through some normal cameras or some infrared cameras, why we can't capture the ghost picture in DSLR cameras. Now before knowing that, we have to know about the electromagnetic theories. Now, it is believed that spirits are a high source of EMF, means electromagnetic fields. They have own source of their electromagnetic fields. So when a spirit presents somewhere else, and some visible lights which are of lower wavelength but high frequencies, according to electromagnetic theories, those deviates due to their high electromagnetic fields. Like I have drawn something, and I'm gonna tell you guys what is it. Like if you can see that these are visible rays, they are coming through like natural way, and if some spirits that have some high electromagnetic fields, and those lights deviates from their original way, they don't enter in our eyes in straight away. Those are deviates, and come through our eyes. But eyes only can see where lights have been obstacle, or where the lights sources have been coming through. So in this figure, you can see directly that the lights haven't fallen on that particular spirits or particular that objects, so that we can't see those spirits because the lights haven't fallen down on those spirits or on those objects. Now, leaving that apart, that why we can't see those spirits or why we can capture those spirits through our DSLR cameras. Why we only use to capture spirits some infrared cameras or some normal cameras, some old cameras. So now let me tell you something. Now you guys must have known that today's camera uses some high IR filters, and if you use any IR filters, you can capture some infrared lights that are coming from their sources or coming from backgrounds. So if you don't use any infrared light, you can't capture the infrared light sources. You only can capture the visible light sources. Now if you consider spirits, the spirits have some high electromagnetic fields, but it only deviates those lights, those electromagnetic waves which have low wavelength and higher frequency. If you see that the spectrum analysis of the lights, infrared lights have lower frequencies but higher wavelength, so it doesn't deviate from its own wave. Now if you consider infrared light directly passes through the spirits, or the spirit itself generates some infrared light sources that captured only on cameras, only on old cameras, because old cameras have no IR filters or any infrared light sources or some light vision cameras. Because if you use any DSLR, those can be captured due to IR filters. So we use some infrared cameras. Now, as a lead investigators of SPI, many people ask me that have you really encountered any ghost? Have you really found any ghosts? Or have you really communicated with some spirits? Now let me tell you something, that we haven't go through the places, those haunted places, or those places which are claimed to be haunted but not yet have been proved. We go through that place to investigate, not to communicate with ghosts, not to call any ghosts from other world. We don't do any rituals. We go to that place and investigate scientifically with some scientific equipments like EVP recorders, EMF meters, some spirit box, some vibration detecting machines. We want to collect some evidences that we can match with normal evidences and say that those are not normal, those are beyond some normal conditions. Those can be done by any mundane world things. Sometimes we really get shocked when we come home and see our videos and analyze it and got some shocking results. Because when we were in that place, we might be unaware of that things, and those things have been captured in our cameras. Many people ask me, why you guys don't do any rituals? Now let me tell you something. Suppose you are traveling to abroad, you have to spend a lot of money, and if you go to abroad, you want to try to income and try to bring something with you in your country. That's similar for a spirits. If a spirit comes through in this world, he or she or it have to spend a lot of energy, and he or she or it wanna try to gain something from this world to his world. So if we do any rituals, if we open any portal, if he or she or it comes through in this world, it tries to bring something with him or her or it. So we don't want to let this spirit taking something from this world to his world. We ain't afraid of that. We ain't afraid of the spirits. We afraid of you guys. We are afraid of this world. We don't want to make any normal places haunted just because our purpose. So that's why we don't use or don't conduct any type of rituals like satanic rituals, voodoo rituals, or any other rituals. We only investigate. We only want to collect evidences that can prove that this place is haunted or not. And that's why we are here to investigate. This time I'm not investigating any place, I'm just letting you guys what a really paranormal activity is. You guys may or may not have encountered some paranormal activities, but if you have seen someone is doing some paranormal activities, don't judge it by saying that those are fake, you guys are doing some stupid stuff, you guys are doing some stuff those doesn't even exist. You don't even know what the paranormal activity is. Now let me tell you something about the dimensions. Have you heard about the wormhole? Have you heard about the wormhole? It is believed that people are connected to stardust. Why? Because when a star is blasted, like supernova happens or some other way, because of some high gravitational force, there are black holes created, and those black holes, those materials are put into that black holes. The black holes are attracted those, and through white hole they eject those particles. In between the black hole and white hole there are connectors. Those connectors are known as wormholes, where the particles are converted into energy. Particles are converted into energies. After ejecting from a white hole, those converted into particles again. And that way, the humans or the planets or some things have been created. So, every person is connected to a star or stardust or something else through a wormhole. When someone gets coma conditions or someone in paralyzed conditions, they have faced some surrealistic things, some paranormal things that they can't explain. They are seeing that there is a tunnel and he or she is walking like there is no one else there. Only he or she is walking. Those bright tunnel is a key way to this dimension to another dimension, and that tunnel is known as wormhole. And creatures that living in other dimensions are actually known as the spirits or ghosts, what we can't see. So, when we are trying to capture something that are not in this three-dimension world, which are beyond this three-dimension, so we might have captured or might have been captured, but those depends only on our evidences. We can assume. The whole physics is based on assumptions. We can assume that there can be a spirit from other world, that can be another aliens from some other planets, some other dimensions, but we can't say directly that those are fake. In our investigation, we don't do any some VFX effects like After Effects or whatever else. We directly show you what we have encountered in our real footage. Those are our raw footages, what we have shown to you, just doing some video editing, like putting in subtitles or merging some videos to one another, just that. But somewhere in YouTube or somewhere in social media, I or with my teams can see that some people can do some stuffs with VFX effects, but those are not VFX effects. we just want to prove that place is haunted or not. It might not be haunted. It might be a normal natural things that people are encountering, that they are thinking that those are paranormal, but those are normal due to some stuffs, due to some natural effects. So what we are trying to do is to prove that those are really hauntings or not. And thank you for watching. I'm Shoaib Bhattacharjee, the lead investigator of SPI. And if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and visit our official site spiofficial.in. Thank you. And if you have any queries on paranormal activities, you may ask me directly on comments or through mail.